Alright, hello. Welcome back to FQ Racing League, where we are today for round 7 for the F123 division. And what I'm going to do for this stream is I am going to fucking eat doing it. And if anyone has problems with that, well, too bad. They made me to do races today. I was not ready to do 2 races today, so I'm gonna eat while I watch. And hopefully not talk too much with food in my mouth, but it might happen. So, because I need to eat. I forgot I haven't eaten today. I'm not gonna do ASMR. I am going to mute my mic when I do eat. But the food is in the air fryer, so we will be doing that. We will be getting the food soon enough. The fries are already done, which reminds me I should probably go season the fries. But yeah, penultimate round for Zandvoort, and no one tells me that I'm gonna be eating towards stream. Oh, during stream. He won't be happy, but you know what? I'm commentating 2 races tonight, all by myself. I'm allowed to eat a little bit at the same time. Alright, so Zandvoort then. Same amount of people we had last time, so 14 racing, Sammy dropping out, and Toby joining his place, and a place for where Mew can seal the Drivers' Championship. So we will just be waiting until we get started with qualifying. My food is not ready yet. It's still in the air fryer. My sausages are not ready to be eaten. I mean, probably they are, but you know. So we are readying up, and we are getting ready for a Zandvoort then. A technical, twisty, tidy track of around Netherlands, around Holland, however you want to say it. As 15 seconds then until we start, unless everyone readies up immediately, which I don't know if they will. Will be an interesting race for sure, I do agree. And will be interesting to see who comes out on top in this race around Belgium, as Mew and Jerome should be fighting it out. Toby as a dark horse, maybe, but he's been washed for many months now, so probably not. As yeah, we'll get going with qualifying, and we are going to see the weather, and I hope it's gonna be full wets, just so we can go even slower, so I don't have that much to commentate about, you know, around the race, as we could go so slow that no one even cares. Let's see the weather. Dry, looking very cloudy, however, so maybe there is something in that. As we get the full track marker out, and I'm going to get... Did I say Zandvoort in Belgium? Look, I'm not doing well today. Like, I'm so tired, and I'm so fucking... I'm so hungry, I need to go get food, or otherwise I'm gonna call it Belgium for the whole stream. But we are getting ready for qualifying, and that is a Alfa Romeo going out. So I'm just gonna get a bit of food and rain at the end of qualifying. I've got my food now. So, rain coming early, so these first laps will matter, and they will matter a lot. Golf Maniacs and Steve Max staying in the pit lane as it stands, so they are confident that they can stay in the pits for a longer time and not get affected by the rain. We are going to be looking at Get Well Carried. We don't have the greatest track record of spectating Get Well Carried and how his laps go after that, but you know, I'm trying to break the curse. That's what I'm trying to do. As he heads through the twisty and tidy sector 2, as the Alpha Tower looking very nice indeed. This black and red livery is so much better than the one we have now. The one we have now isn't actually bad, but I really like this one. I really like the red and black and how they went together. But purple sector 2 for Get Well Carried, and is going to be beaten by, I believe, Jerome Hudson is behind him on a hot lap as well, one of the Red Bulls at least. So these first laps will count because there will be rain on the way. 109.6 for Get Well Carried, Nick Fuhrman 110.3. Jerome Hudson 109.3 then. Goes about the second up on Nick Fuhrman, 110.1 for Cornish Mantis. These times are going to be coming in quick and fast as Mew needs a good lap to challenge for a win and maybe the championship here today. 109.5 goes second fastest by about 0.2 of a second. What of the rest of the field then? Simi on a lap. That's, I believe, I don't know who that is, just crossed the line. Specimen 5th fastest, 109.7. Simi around the final corner, what can he do? And I think it is raining already, so these laps will count. Simi 111.3, so the track is getting worse, I think, for these drivers, as it is already dropping drops of rain, and I believe this could be already qualifying over. And notable 7th fastest, 110.1 for him, so qualifying could already be over, as Golf Maniac only starting his lap now. As is Dablo, and Stevie just started his lap, so this will be interesting for them. They are going to be hampered a lot by this rain. As the McLaren of Dablo goes off the track. On his out lap, we are going to be following along Golf Maniac for this lap, and it is raining quite a bit here around Zandvoort, and you can see the rain of the halo of that Mercedes, and that is going to affect the performance here in qualifying. And I believe if it keeps getting worse, these could be the final laps we see in qualifying this weekend. And Golf through sector 2 then. What's the split time going to be like? It's going to be 50.0 as he heads through now sector 3. Very, very tight there. But then you get onto the banking and you get your foot down, but I don't know if it's gonna be an easy get your foot down in these conditions. As he heads to the final corner, DRS open for the Mercedes. Was this lap gonna put him, and is he going to be anywhere near the top of the field? No, it's not. 112.0 for Golf Maniac, and you can see the times already being down. 25.0 for Dablo in the first sector. Game tells me it's purple. Some reason I don't believe it, considering it is raining quite hard now for the McLaren, and he's going to be struggling a lot out there in these conditions. Through then sector 2. DRS wide open for Dablo as into the chicane he goes left right very, very quickly. As you trust the car, Muse retired from the session, he knows there's not going to be any better times to be had here in this session. So it's looking like a Jerome Hudson pole position. He's on an out lap. He's going to be feeling out those conditions. But Dablo now across the line. Where's this lap going to put him 11th fastest? You can see the track just not there at the moment. We're going to look at Jerome Hudson's lap. If he can improve. If he can't, that looks like qualifying over. we are going to be following along the lap of Jerome Hudson. And it is raining out there, and we are going to see just how much he's going to be looking to improve. He's already on professional pole position, and his closest rival already retired from the session. Could it be that the track is getting that much worse, that there is no room for improvement anymore? Jerome Hudson 8/10 down in the first sector. It is like that. There's no improving on this track. And I mean, what is there even to say? What is there to commentate about this? There's nothing happening out there. The rain is only going to get worse. And yeah, no one is improving out there. Cornish Mantis 2.4 down. Nick Fuhrman 8/10 down, although already abandoned. What's the word? Invalidated that lap, right? Ooh, and that's into the wall for the McLaren and out of the session for Dablo. So very, very dangerous out there, and people still trying. People still very much trying, but no one is succeeding to improve at all. Yeah, no, we saw you spinning there. Mr. P2. Indeed. Ooh, that's a Red Bull sideways. And that's more accurately, that's Jerome Hudson sideways, as he lets the other Mercedes of Golf Maniac pass. So no one is improving out there, and no one will be improving out there. So we can just chill. Hello, chat. How are we? I'm eating my food. How are you all doing? As we watch the Mercedes of Golf hit a wall. Specimen are retiring from the session as well. Golf going into the pit lane, I believe, to retire Simi. Out there, 7/10 down. This track is not gonna get any better, guys. Might as well just retire and get on with the race. And we all might get home a little bit sooner. It's all day still starting lap. Definitely not gonna improve, and definitely not now gonna improve after that. But see me into the pit lane, abandoning that lap. Stevie Mac 1.8 seconds down, and these guys are still trying it, man. Still just trying out the track when it's very clearly just not gonna get better. Very, very nice indeed. I did not mute my mic while I was eating my fries. Well, there you go. That's the ASMR you wanted, Exoros. These guys still out there. It looks into conditions now, guys. I mean, there's no point in being out there at the moment. Just retire and we'll get on with the race. No point in this. Right. Pole position for Jerome Hudson. Alright. Only one still here is all day. And just waiting now for him to retire as well, so we don't need to. As all day still in the pits, hasn't retired. Oh, we're just gonna sit here for 5 minutes an hour, lads. Right. 5 minutes. 4 minutes now. 4:20. Oh, there we go. Alright, good. We are gonna get to the race. Jerome Hudson starts from pole position, from Mew, from Get Well Carried, from Rafa, from Spazman, Swamp Mouth. In P6, again, a good qualifying for the Red Bull. Another boat in P7, Cornish Panthers P8. Nick Fuhrman starts within the top 10 this time, alongside his old teammate Stevie Mack. Stablo starts 11th. Simi and the Golf share a row in 12th and 13th, as all day starts in P14. Right. We are gonna get underway with the race. I don't know the forecast for the race, but it would be funny if it was wet. Would be kind of funny. As we then go to the grid and wait for lights out. Or formation lap rather first. Right, so looking dry for the race, and I'm being told that it will be dry for the entire race. So as we just wait for Simi to ready up now to get the 30-second countdown. That's been a while now sitting on these lights, to be fair. Simi does always take a while readying up, but that is for for a good reason. Right, here we go then. Formation lap around Zandvoort as we take a look at the tires. So mediums for the top two get Valkyrie on softs as Rafa Spazman both on mediums. One mouth starting on softs, Notable on mediums. Cornish Mantis the only man starting on the hard compound tires. Then it's mediums all the way down to last place and all day as we head on to the formation lap. So looking like a medium soft race once again, or a soft medium, however way you want to do it. As Jerome Hudson leads the way for the second time this season. Jerome Hudson is on pole position. He was obviously on pole in that Abu Dhabi race that he won. There are the possible race strategies powered by AWS. So we are going to be looking at a soft or medium soft or a hard soft race once more. So as we get then underway through Sector 2, everyone just feeling out the cars, feeling out the dry conditions. As there wasn't too many of those in qualifying, you only got one lap, so this lap will be absolutely crucial for most drivers who are just looking to get a little bit of a feel for their car in the dries. It's through the banking now. Very, very much banking on this track, and obviously known for it. But hopefully everything will go well in the turn 1 and beyond. Now we are lining up the grid, and we are getting a poor fucking camera angle once again. Why does the game think this is a good camera angle for a race start? Like, genuinely. Makes no sense. Is gonna be, we're gonna go on board with Get Valkyrie on those soft compound tires. Stevie Mack disqualified from the formation lap as we are ready to get underway here in Zandvoort for the penultimate time this season. The lights are up and it's lights out and it's go and it's a good start from Mew, and it's a better start from Get Valkyrie. Mew already into turn 1 leads this Grand Prix as Jerome tries to hang it around the outside of the Williams, and he has done that, and he has done that brilliantly as the two now go side by side in the quick left-hander. Jerome maintains the lead somehow through that first sector. Mew got the better start, but into turn 1 it was all Red Bull as Get Valkyrie stays in P3. Swampmouth has had a problem off the start once again and has dropped down to the back of the field as now the train begins to form from first all the way down to 7th, and Notable Dablo also trying to hang in there as Get Valkyrie has gone off the track and has spun it into the gravel, and there goes that soft tire advantage at the start. And now the top two looking to pull away from Spazman once again, as it was in Brazil that the top 3 pulled away from Spazman. Now the top 2 looking to pull away from Spazman, who's running in a podium place. As now down the main straight we head as Jerome sets the fastest lap to Grand Prix 1:15.8, and timings are a little bit screwed there with 1:13.2. Apparently the gap between Notable and Cornish Mantis, I somehow doubt that. All soft tire runners have been demoted to the back of the field, so everyone who started on softs have had some problems as Cornish Mantis really close to Rafa now. Could be looking for a move into Sector 2 though. Very dangerous as we see the possible race strategies once again powered by AWS. Soft, medium or soft hard, the game thinks, but most people starting on the mediums or hard, so going on to softs at the end of the race seems a plausible situation. Spazman struggling to Sector 2, losing now the second gap to the cars in front of him. Mew 7/10ths back as Cornish Mantis just on board with him, very close to Rafasi. As Toby also very close to the two in front as Mew 7/10ths back from the race leader Jerome Hudson, and this P2 will not be enough to secure a driver's championship here from Mew today. He needs to win the Grand Prix to secure a championship here in the penultimate round of the season. As DRS gets enabled now onto lap 3 as Get Valkyrie puts in the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. As I think he's going side by side with All Day here and will get past All Day. So very nicely done for him. As Dablo chases Spazzaman as the train already from Spazzaman all the way down to Stevie in 9th is the DRS train so far, and Spazzaman fighting to get back within the DRS of the leaders who are looking to pull away from that gap as Spazzaman off the track. As Cornish Mantis I believe also off the track, so 2 people going on to the death curb and just being straight off the track, as Cornish Mantis does get a worse come off worse there, because he's down in P10, Spazzaman P11 now, sorry, Spazzaman only losing 1 position. Rafa a little bit onto the gravel there, that might invite the Aston Martin to go back at him into turn 1, as you now DRS on all the way on this banking right here. The Aston Martin closing in, going side by side with the Alpha Tauri and going past him. The other Aston Martin looking for a move as well. Toby around the outside maybe on the Alpha Tauri, not quite. Has to back out of that one as Dablo as well looking to pick up the pieces. And yeah, Spazzaman overall not hurt too much by going on that curb, but definitely hurt his chances of getting back into the DRS of the top 2, who are now starting to pull away already 3 seconds ahead of this pack, led by Spazzaman and rear-ended at the moment by Nick. Very close. Stevie as well onto that DRS, so could get it if these guys keep holding each other up, as Spazzaman through sector 2. Very slow compared to Rafa there. Rafa nearly pushing him through, but not going to be enough to overtake on this time around. And Nicholas looking for a little bit of a move there into the chicane, and nothing doing this time around. Meanwhile, at the sharp end, it's Mew and it's Jerome, and the Williams does have DRS on the Red Bull, and the lead could change hands right here, right now, as Mew doesn't make the move into turn 1, so not looking for the move just quite yet. Rafasi goes for the move on Spazzaman. Spazzaman tries to hold it around the outside and not gonna quite make that one. And Rafa now up into the podium positions for Alpha Tauri. Spazzaman and Noteboat now in P4, P5 for Aston Martin. Those two squabbling it out there. Probably some team orders going to come into play at some point in the race. I don't think Toby wants to get past right now. I don't think he needs to get past right now. I think Spazzaman might have a little bit better pace. It's up the sharp end now. Mew already closing in on Jerome a little bit all throughout this lap, and now with DRS not going to be close enough to make the move, but we will need to follow that fight into turn 1 as Dablo, Notabo and Nick Fuhrman all here, all very close to each other. No one making moves into this chicane right here, everyone knowing better than to do that. So the DRS train now almost includes Stevie. It's 1.01 seconds the gap at the top, or the gap to DRS from Stevie, and Spazzaman retakes 3rd place from Rafa down the main straight. So these guys just forced to watch that when the two ahead of them battle it out for this final podium position, and Mew just content to sit behind Jerome Hudson for now. Just no complications for him at the moment, as he just needs to be in P2 to have a very strong chance to win this championship. If he does stay in P2, Joe will need to win the final race, and Mew will have to not score any points to win this championship. But if he wins the championship right here, right now. As in the chicane they go, nothing doing there, as these guys still all in a train. Stevie now has caught up to the train and now is within that 1 second, but pushing very hard is the Alpine to get past or get to the DRS of these guys, but has now done it as Mew takes the lead of the Grand Prix for the first time in this race. Goes into turn 1 as the leader, and the Williams now looking to control the pace. It's Spazzaman and Rafa side by side in turn 1. Spazzaman looking to hang it around the outside here, as they are still side by side into this quick left-hander onto the bank corner. Spazzaman holds the position for now. Good defense from Spazzaman, as Rafa gets a little bit of snap on exit there, but that's not gonna allow anyone through, because that would be a very, very very not smart idea to start overtaking in this middle sector. But Mew already almost up to second up the road from Jerome, so Mew might just have the pace to win the championship right here, right now. And this train now all the way from P3 down to P8, growing all the time, as DRS now for the cars behind it. Jerome has dropped out of the DRS. I can confirm that to you. So Mew, great pace from him to immediately drop Jerome out of these DRS. And now Mew, all he needs to do is to drive the car in P1 and win this championship. Joe, I'm sure, watching somewhere and nervous for his championship hopes here, as Rafa now looking for the move back on Spazzaman. They did this last time out, side by side through this first corner. Sorry. And Spazzaman defends it once again. The Welsh Minister of Defence at it once again. Although at a track hard to overtake on, he has still managed to overtake or defend quite nicely. Stevie dropping back from that train, dropping back quite rapidly actually. I wonder if there's a problem with the Alpine. Maybe some damage, or maybe just no ERS remaining to push with that train, because these guys are going very, very fast indeed. Rafa looking for a whoa. Don't usually see a move around there, but Rafa, you know what? He has made it work. There's damage behind us. Nick Fuhrman and Dablo, I think, make contact even, or Dablo makes contact with the wall, but there's damage to one of the cars. I can't quite see which one right now. There's no visual damage, I think, to any of the cars, but there was definitely a front wing flying off there. A bit of a front wing anyway. As we head back down the main straight, and Spazzaman looking to get back at Rafa through this helicopter cam. Ooh, down the inside. Ooh, down the inside goes Nick Fuhrman on Notabo. He might get the both of them. Oh my goodness, Nicholas might still get the both of them, but at least gets Notabo. What a move from the Mercedes. Opportunistic. Oh no! Well, you know, he lost that place, but you know, almost. Ooh, that was incredibly close. I believe Nick might have pooped his pants a little bit there. Oh, Rafa's taken the curb as well, so Rafa now down into the gravel and out of this fire. Spazzaman already 2.1 second gap behind Notabo, or in front of Notabo, to have that advantage now and have that fight for the podium almost secured. And if nothing else goes wrong in this race, he should have that podium as secure as can be. As whoa, to the final corner, Notabo very, very slow indeed, as Nick Fuhrman up into P4 where he finished last race, remember, and Dablo as well going for the move on Notabo. Notabo hanging it around the outside. We've seen this many, many times today, as where one hangs it around the outside and does do it successfully once again. Notabo keeps hold of at least P5 there, as Nick Fuhrman moves up into 4th place. Still with that nice blue and white helmet that I'm gonna assume is a tribute helmet for me specifically. But through sector 2 then, and another boat looking for the move there. Very, very opportunistic this one, and a great move from the Aston Martin to get back up ahead. And Dablo, I think, has now taken the curb. He's very, very wide, and now Steve is going for the attack on Dablo. And this train now includes Simi as well. So now from P4 down to P8, the P3 man has already pulled away. Spazzaman pulling away quite nicely. Yellow flags, nothing doing there, as now Nick Fuhrman looking to make the move back on another boat on DRS, as foot flat to the floor for the Mercedes, DRS enabled, and there's an AlphaTauri off track, and Nick into the pit lane. So once again, Nicholas is going for the alternate strategy of pitting for the hard compound tires instead of the preferred soft. So Nick will go for the undercut here, and that might trigger some others to do the same thing as well. He's going to come out behind all day, as there's a caution in sector 3. Is that rougher? Does he have a puncture? No. The Alpha Tower just very, very hard to drive there, as everyone on 10 lap old tires now, as the DRS train now from 4th down to 7th, as Rafa gets 5-second pit lane penalty and retires in the pit lane right after. So Stevie losing DRS, and now that might invite Simi to go down his inside here. Not quite yet, but if Stevie doesn't have DRS for the main straight, the Ferrari might just look for the move. As Mew now 2.8 seconds up the road, he's strolling to this championship right here, and strolling to get a championship here in FQ. The Season 3 F1 23 championship could be his if he just keeps that car on the track and no safety cars happen for the rest of the Grand Prix. But anything can happen here, as Simi does get past Stevie, as I mentioned earlier on. Simi now up into P6. Well done for the Ferrari. Stevie, ooh, holding it back on the inside. It's well done for Stevie, and well done for Simi for giving space for that move. That is very aggressive from Stevie. Aggressive but fair. Got his elbows out and got back the position, as Dablo still within the DRS of Toby, but not quite making the impression that he would have wanted, as the top two now 7 seconds ahead of Spazman, who's 2 seconds ahead of Notabo, as Cornish Mantis and Get Valkyrie going side by side through sector 2. One on hards, one on softs, and those soft tires very, very much falling off at this point in the race. As we saw in Brazil, lap 13 is absolutely undoable for those tires, as Cornish Mantis makes his move up into 8th position now, and Stevie leading this train up through sector 3, and now Simi might be looking for the move back on Stevie on this straight, and DRS enabled for the Ferrari. He's not going to make the move though, not quite on this occasion. Dablo very, very close to Toby, but not quite close enough to get the place, and Golf Maniac gets up into 9th place. As we head then on to lap 13 of this race. We look at now Cornish Mantis and Simi very, very close together. Ooh, Cornish maybe looking for a move there through sector 2. That's never when you want to be making moves. It's sector 2 of Zandvoort, but still looking for the move on the Ferrari, as Get Valkyrie did pit under those medium tires, and is still ahead of Nick. So that is very worrying for Nick Freeman that Get Valkyrie came out in front of him. Nick just not having the pace on those hards as he would like. And ooh, Simi and Stevie. Oh, Cornish Mantis. Oh dear. Stevie Mac and Cornish Mantis. So Simi hit Stevie, and then Stevie spun into the way of Cornish Mantis, who also hit him, and is now losing a front wing Stevie Mac out of the race. And this is a nightmare for Mew. Absolute nightmare for Mew, because actually no, he can just pit on this lap, alright. So it's not that big of a nightmare, because the safety car hasn't picked him up, but he has missed the pit line. And everyone will be now going in for the soft compound tires, as they did in Brazil. And it's going to be a 8-lap shootout, I'd say, maybe 7, depending on what happens. As Get Valkyrie keeps on going. This time Nick does pit for mediums though, not for soft. So interesting tire choice there from the Fuhrman. As Mew needs to pit on this lap as well. Right, Mew then into the pit lane for the soft compound tires. Needs to be careful not to get a penalty here on pit entry. He has no hurry to get into that pit lane at all. He will come out ahead of Jerome Hudson either way, unless he messes up his turn-in quite horrendously, and doesn't look like he has. Williams pit crew get underway, get to work on that car, and it will come out in first place. But this, again, neutralizes the race. Everyone will now be on the same compound tires, on the same strategy, and it will just be a shootout until the end of the race. And if anything's Jerome Hudson ahead of Mew actually, so I wasn't following that, but it did look like Mew was gonna come out well in front. Maybe a mistake there on pit exit or something similar has occurred, but I genuinely don't know. And I'm just gonna mute when everyone catches up to the pack. I need to get myself a drink and probably take a fucking headache medicine, because my head is fucking pounding. No, I'm not muted. On to lap 16 of 25 then. As we head under the safety car, we are going to get probably going on this lap. So from lap 17 to lap 25, there's 9 laps of racing action that we are going to get. Right, I am fucking alright. I had an idea just then of what I need to do to. I genuinely don't know anymore. I am very spaced. Ah, now I remember. Right. I'll do that. Right, I need to stop unmuting when I need to start unmuting when I want to talk, because that was like the second time today. As we are ready to get underway then, on lap 16 on to 17, as Jerome Hudson is going to be the one leading us away this time. Oh, all day, it's a 5-second time penalty for a collision. Sommouth is missing a front wing, so we'll need to go into the pit lane to fix that one, but when will Jerome go? He will not want to tow Mew along this whole straight, but he has gone now. And he's caught Mew absolutely napping, and Mew might be vulnerable to Spazzaman behind him. Spazzaman into turn 1. Will he make the move? Down the inside. Goes the Aston Martin. Not quite gonna make it. Mew has better traction around the outside. Mew then into the bank corner will be in second place in the Grand Prix. Get Valkyrie and Cornish Mantis very close together. Simi in P8. And this will be an absolute bomb breaker towards the end of the race. Let's just keep it clean, guys, to make sure we don't have a repeat of a Monza. To sector 2 we go. Mew very, very close to Rome. We know he has better pace around here than the Red Bull driver, but overtaking is quite difficult. And yeah, as Dablo trying to go around the outside of Spazzaman there. No DRS just yet for the McLaren driver. He might try to do the move anyways, not quite on this occasion. As Mew now 5/10 behind Jerome, not looking like Jerome is going to be pulling away from the pack, as we head now on to lap 18 of 25, and Mew, can he make the move for the lead on his championship rival? As 1:11.0 is the fastest lap set in this race by Jerome Hudson. As not a boat with a bit of a snap, and that might get well carried into the bank corner. Doesn't quite carry enough speed through the quick right-hander to do that, but it's still gonna be Mew from Jerome from Mew, from Spiderman, from Dablo, from Toby, from Get Well Carried, from Cornishman to Simi, just about hanging in that DRS zone, not quite anymore, so DRS not available on this lap yet, but will be on the next one, so Mew will need to stay within DRS of Jerome if he wants to win this championship here and now. Purple sector 2 for the Williams, as he's chasing down the Red Bull of Jerome Hudson. Spazman already out of that second, and that's going to be detrimental for the podium fight here. And Mew still no DRS enabled, but now might just go for the move and try to pull out the second after that, as Jerome defends down the inside, but Mew not going to make the move on this occasion. Get Valkyrian might though on Toby down the inside, goes the Alfa Romeo on those medium compound tires. Ooh, Toby hanging around the outside on those softs with a lot more grip. As Cornishman's also on those medium compound tires, and they might come in handy towards the end of this stint, as Spazman flowing with that second gap to Mew. I mean, he'll love to have it, because that means there's going to be a DRS train from first all the way down to 7th, but right now he's just not looking like he's got it, as Mew and Jerome through the sector 2, and now there will be DRS down this straight from Mew, but I don't think he wants to make the move just quite yet. And no, the boat does make the move on Dablo, so maybe oh, that's a big mistake from McLaren. I was going to say maybe a slight mistake from McLaren earlier on, but that is a big mistake from McLaren. Oh no, he's hit Simi as well. That's not a great rejoin there from Dablo. Simi's lost a bit of his wing from that incident. I mean, not a great rejoin that one, and Mew does get the lead from Jerome Hudson, now needs to pull away. And he has pulled away before, and Get Well Carried and Cornish Mantis going side by side into the next quick right-hander. Just backing out there is Cornish Mantis. And yeah, Jerome Hudson staying within that second, and needs to stay within that second, as Cornish Mantis looking to regain McLaren's points in this race. Oh, down the inside in sector 2. That's really brave from Cornish Mantis. Does make the move though into P5 there. Spazman in P3 still, and Jerome will get DRS here, so he is staying within that DRS, but he has to use a lot of his ERS to stay there, and Mew still with a good chunk of ERS himself as well, so it is looking like Mew will win the championship here and now if Jerome does not have the pace to match the Polish driver. And he's going to be closing in a lot on this straight. 110.8 is the new fastest lap set by Mew in this Grand Prix. And Jerome needs to start matching that. Snowboat trying to catch his teammate now through sector 1, almost 1.1 seconds behind him, so needs to find about a 1/10 of a second to get within that DRS range. Get Valkyrie trying to stay within DRS of Cornish Mantis, and the two Mercedes chasing down the McLaren of Dablo. And Nick Fuhrman, bit of contact there between the two teammates, and Jerome 9/10 now is the gap, 9.9. He might not get DRS down this next straight. That could be detrimental, but he does get DRS down this next straight. He was never over a second behind, and that's Get Val carried off the track, and another safety car, a full safety car. Oh dear, everyone's going to pit again, and we are going to get a true sprint to the finish. Nick Fuhrman out of the race. How's he out of the race? What's happened there? I have no idea. But we do get yet another reset of this race, and wait, oh, this'll be interesting. If I think I know what I think I know, yeah, top 2 have not gone into pit lane. Spazzaman has a very real chance of winning this race because those softs are gonna be quicker. The brand new softs are going to be quicker than those old softs that the top 2 are on. As Mew does lead us away then. Safety car will be in on lap 23 going on 24 I believe. And we are going to get a 2-lap race. 2-lap sprint to the finish. No DRS, just pure racing. And Spazzaman in 3rd now has a great chance of winning this race because the top 2 are on old soft compound tires. I'm not muted, I thought I was this time. Right. And Mew, remember, needs to win this race to win this championship. And Spazzaman, if he plays his cards right, has a very, very solid chance of winning this Grand Prix now. As does Cornish Mantis, as does Notable as well. Everyone behind on those new soft tires will have a better chance of winning this race than the 2 on old ones. Overtaking around this track is quite difficult, but those softs have been going for nearly 10 laps now, so they will be struggling as safety car is in this lap. And it's going to be Mew who leads us away this time, and again, not wanting to give the toe all the way down in turn 1 for his rivals, so we'll probably go a little bit later. And also those old compound tires don't really justify going early, because then he will be caught up by those guys on the newer soft tires. And I'm just going to be looking at the rear wing of the Williams now, looking at the Red Bull, the Aston Martin, the McLaren all chasing him. And he's gone very early, he's gone incredibly early here, has Mew, and Spazzaman might just have the chance to get one of the 2 immediately. As into turn 1 he's definitely going to be quicker and needs to be later on the brakes, braver on the brakes. Oh, a little bit of a contact there as Jerome changes his line at the very end of the corner, and that's quite naughty from the American there, I must say. As the Spazzaman, then gets pushed into the wall by Cornish Mantis. And then spins off the track. That's never what you want to see. That's never what you want to see. From a position like that to go to a position like that, that is absolutely heartbreaking for the Welshman. As Mew already 8 tenths ahead, but there is not going to be DRS for the rest of the race, so the second gap doesn't really matter. All he cares about... Oh, Toby as well! Spun around, and that's a big crash. Dablo and Get Valkyried both get collected by that incident, and I think Dablo has got an illegal overtake or something like this, because has let Notable back through. But what is going on, guys? Again, this is like keep it clean. And there's 2.8 seconds now between Mew or Cornish Mantis and Notable now, so the top 3 absolutely clear as Cornish Mantis makes the move then onto the last lap of the Grand Prix. and now needs to be chasing Mew for this win, and it's either going to be a championship for Mew or a first win for Cornish Mantis. Which one is it going to be? Mew on those older soft component tires, but with a lot more pace, with the hunger of knowing he'll be champion if he wins this race right here and now. Through the second sector, what can the Polish driver realistically do to keep Cornish Mantis behind him? On new soft tires, the gap is going down all the time. Look at how much more grip Cornish Mantis has. He can see the rear wing of that Williams. It getting closer and closer by the corner. He has the second DRS straight. No DRS for the McLaren though. And he needs to make the move either on the last straight or in the last sector. As here we go into the final sector now. Onto the banking. Could Cornish Mantis pull off a move into this final few corners, or is it going to be championship galore for Mew? And it's going to be a run down to the line. It's going to be another drag race up to the line like it was in Brazil, but it's going to be a championship for the Polish driver. It's going to be Mew who wins the Dutch Grand Prix. Jerome in third. Noderbo will finish in fourth. Golf Maniac finishes in fifth. Swampmouth sixth for his first points of the season. Simi finishes in seventh. All Day eighth, or Dablo eighth. All Day ninth, and Spazman in 10th place, picking up the last points playing position. But it's going to be a double win from the double header and the championship for Mew. Right, I'm not on the right screen. Which one is it? It's this one. Yeah, I know what. Well, I know what I'm doing sometimes, maybe. Right. We are going to play the national anthem of Poland once again, as we did in Brazil, but this time it's for our champion, Mew. Right. Ah. I did not mean to stop playing again. Anyway, we are going to go for a championship interview this time. There's not going to be a podium interview, unfortunately, because I am not feeling great myself. So I just want all of this get over with. So we are going to have a champion interview with our new champion, Mew.
Disconnected. User entered your channel.
Hello, mate. Our newest champion of Season 3 of F1 23 Division, Mew. How are you feeling after winning?
That's me.
Yes, it's you. Winning a championship here in
Frauding
Zandvoort.
it, honestly. if Joe attended every race, I'm sure he'd easily be the championship winner. So it's, I guess, kind of bittersweet.
Yeah, I mean, as they say, to finish first, you first have to finish, and to finish, you first have to start. So,
Yeah.
not the and still against some very strong drivers, against Sammy, against Jerome, against Toby,
I am
our
happy
Season
winning
1
two
champion.
races, though.
Yeah, double win from the double header for yourself. Very well done indeed. You seem to have good pace in the first stint, but after the safety car, you weren't quite pulling away as much as I thought. Was it different to drive on the softs than it was on the mediums, or was it just?
No, I think Jerome was just saving fuel. I think he put too little in and started lifting. That's why I pulled a second instantly. The soft stint, I think, was our actual pace difference, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. And then on the second safety car, you two didn't pit, so you were obviously in a little bit more under a little bit more pressure from behind, from the likes of Cornish, who again very very close this time. I think it was like a tenth of a second, maybe a bit more. I didn't actually see it.
Within a tenth, actually. It was so bad for me because only a few laps to go. If I pit and the guys behind me didn't pit, then I'd get stuck in traffic and I'd say goodbye to the win. So I fully just risked it by staying out. And I was happy that Jerome followed me because I had a sort of blanket to the faster cars behind me. I think what saved the whole race actually was just how well I played the restart.
Yep. That was very nice from you indeed. You got Jerome, caught Jerome napping and allowed Spazman to have an attack immediately. And at least Jerome. I wasn't looking at the rest of the field, but yeah, at least Jerome, and you allowed Spazman to have an attack on him immediately. But yeah, congratulations on the championship, man. I knew it was coming for you as well.
You did?
Yeah.
I didn't.
you may not be as washed as
I thought it's over after Spa. Honestly.
Yeah, I know you did.
I got kind of lucky.
I probably told
But
you
luck is
somewhere
part of
in our
racing.
DMs that you can still win it. But
Yeah, probably.
perhaps somewhere over there. But yeah, congratulations, fully deserved.
Still no pole
Championship.
position.
No pole position still, but we all know what happens when you get a pole position. So maybe it's better for you not to get a pole position than to get one.
Oh yeah, people don't seem to win races from pole.
No, not at all.
I think I had overwhelming pace for pole. I just had like a full 180 into the left hander, the tight one. You know which one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, actually, a very great race and good qualifying from yourself. And yeah, congratulations on
surprised with
championship.
With my pace,
And,
honestly.
Congratulations on 2 wins in a row. And hope to see you here winning again in the season finale around a track I don't remember. It's
Silverstone.
surely one of the tracks. It's Silverstone, right? Thanks.
My memory is insane.
Yeah, I think I'm the exact opposite, but yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
Thank you for racing and thank you for being here for both streams today. And yeah, thank you everyone for watching the stream and crowning us a brand new champion. We are going to be leaving ending the stream now, and I'm going to be going to bed because I've apparently got a fever and I've got a migraine. So both of those things don't mix well with each other. I've been talking straight for almost 4 hours now. And yeah, have a good day, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.